Manuel Char, Shannon Briggs, and Lucas Brown. They popped dirty, pissed hot for PEDs, and you were supposed to increase your legacy by beating some of these dudes. So, what should the penalty be for drug cheats and PED users?
Man, they should get harsh. It's sad. I mean, even this one up and coming, top prospect. He had a big buzz, big baby. He respects me. I met him. There's a big Belizean community. In the city of Chicago where I'm from. They showed me what mad love. I guess he came into Chicago fight at the Wintrust Arena a couple of years ago, and one time they mentioned the WBA wanted me, I guess, to fight Big Baby last minute. He was, when he fought that Croatian guy, in Chicago, they wanted to make for the WBA championship, and I'm like, okay, I'll fight Big Baby. I mean, I never ran from anybody. I fought the best. I fought killers. I fought way better fighters than Big Baby. But all I want, the fighter test. Well, is that enough time? Wait, what? Is that okay? The fix was in. So they were trying to have me fight Big Baby for WBA back in 2018 before the Manuel Char fight, and I told him how could I fight? Big Baby. Let's do the test. And look what happened after that. He got popped off with Anthony Joshua. Got popped off with some other his return fight. He got popped off against a journeyman fighter. WBA it's a laughing stock right now. That's one thing about WBC. They stick to their guns. Every fighter got to get tested regardless. The Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, everybody got, Tyson Fury had steroids. And when he fought Chris, and I get that. But when he fought Deontay Wilder, the WBC, they prominent on that VADA testing. The WBA, suspect. Here I am today. They reinstated Manuel Char, failed the drug test against me. They end up, trying to have baby Miller fight me for the vacant WBA title at the time before Char. And because I told him I want to, VADA in it, well, there's only a month left. This is Gilberto Mendoza and his cronies, but good question, and that's the answer, brother. What I had to deal with.
Can I add this question to your question? Pound for Pound Boxing Channel says, do you have any experiences or stories with spiked water? And I want to add illegal gloves.
I never had that, but that's happened. It's interesting because I'm real good friends with a dear friend of mine's Martinez. He's got a top-notch daughter, but his cousin Resto, Panama Lewis, who just passed away from COVID, I believe. He did some illegal, wrong stuff, and that's bad, man. That's cutthroat, man. That's worse than steroids, man. To kill someone, in boxing by cheating like that. I do not condone that. And there's people like that. Margarito. When he fought Cotto, he disfigured Cotto's face. How did he get away with that? I don't know, man. But they're strict now, so hopefully the game be a little safer. But thank God I never had to experience that. And I've seen a lot of my personal friends experience it, like I was just telling you. And Cotto, who I've seen go to the Olympics, and I was training, at the same gym when he was getting ready for Olympics in 2000. Dear friend of mine. And look at his face. I was at Vegas. I was in Vegas for that fight. And man, that's a black out of boxing. But fortunately for me, I didn't have to deal with that. I'm slick enough. Even if they had bricks in their hand, I was slick enough to, move, bob and weave.
Go ahead, D.
Yeah, so the late, great Kobe Bryant, if you followed his career at all, he was a young guy playing with number 8. He was explosive. He was fast. He was able to do a lot of things. He got a little older, also had some injuries, changed his jersey number to 24. He changed his game, but he was still great. So if young Fres that beat Clifford Etienne fought against the veteran Big O that beat, let's say, Galen Brown, who would win and how?
You're saying it after the Black Rhino fight, then I fought a Galen Brown. If I beat a Galen Brown?
No. If young Fres fought old Fres.
Oh. Man, that'd be interesting. I'll give the edge to the old Fres for the simple fact because I was more seasoned, I was more crafty. The young Fred was energetic with a lot of power. Man, that's a tough one. That's a good one. I still feel good. My power got. I'm older now, wiser, so I settle more on my punches. But when I was young, I was tiptoeing, stick and move. I wasn't known as a puncher, but in the amateurs. But as my career prolonged in the pros, I was known to have punches, especially after my spectacular victory before the Black Rhino fight. When I fought the 1996 Olympic bronze medalist who knocked out everybody at the time. It was 15-0 with 15 first round knockout. And I ended up, knocking him down twice in the 6 rounds, and the rest was history. So that's when people started noticing my power. So, whew, man. It's a draw. Well, yeah, it's a tough one. But that young Fred was not nice.
Good, good. Well, we hear this phrase thrown around a lot in boxing. I would like to get your take. What is a robbery in boxing?
Man, it was pretty high. As of late, though, you mean robbery as of late?
Yeah, I know you've had some fights. I think the James Toney fight was a close one. The Oliver McCall fight was pretty close. Even the Luis Monaco fight was a pretty decent fight. But sometimes guys are just screaming robbery whenever they lose by points. A unanimous or even a split decision. So, but what is a robbery?
All you gotta do is YouTube my fight, against Chris Bird. YouTube my fight versus James Toney, because James Toney, they said I hit him with a rabbit punch in the back, and that one punch, changed 2 of the judges' decision. I would have won that fight unanimous decision, but because of rabbit punch, they gave it to James Toney split decision. So if that rabbit punch they wouldn't count, which is bogus. Come on, man. It wasn't a hard punch. I was just, get that. They took a point away from me, and the fix was in. But Luis Monaco, man, he was a strong punch. When Buster Douglas tried to come back, he flat out knocked out Douglas. And I'm like, a fight or two later, I was supposed to fight him, because I was up and coming. I fought him in Colorado, El Pueblo in Colorado. And, man, I had to show off for that fight. That dude was dangerous, and I boxed him. Unanimous decision. Hard puncher. Just to name a few. Oliver McCall. To this day, it's crazy because after that fight, he was one of my chief sparring partners, believe it or not, for my fights against Joey Abel, Derek Rossi, just to name, and Chagayev, just to name a few. He said, "Damn, Fres, I don't know what it is now." When I was sparring, I said, "Man, you hit harder now than when I fought you, back then, 2010, man. What the hell you?" I said, "Man, older, wiser. I'm sitting down, my punches more." For that grand champion, got a grand chin to give me that acknowledgement while he was my chief sparring partner, man, that mean a lot to me. Even though to this day and age, in his 50s, I heard he's still trying to fight. It's sad, it's bad for his health. But that fight, he even told me, man, Fred, that fight, it could have went either way. For him to say that meant a lot. A lot of people, of course, myself, I thought I boxed him, I won. It was a close fight. He made it close, but style makes fights, and I'll box him, I'll jab him. But it was a close fight. But I learned a lot for those mistakes that I made. I learned a lot.